This is Rock Hard Riffs. Hello guys, this is Rock Hard Riffs, the rock and roll guitar channel for the self-taught. We have an interesting video for you today. I saw this thing online, I can't remember where it was, but somebody was asking if a certain thing that they were doing, a certain technique or whatever you want to call it, was cheating. So the question is, can you cheat on guitar? Now hey, if you happen to be new to our channel, please take a look in our playlists. There's all kinds of stuff in there from the very beginner on up. If you like what you see, please subscribe. We would truly appreciate that. So the question is, can you cheat on guitar? That's a huge question, really, when you think about it. It's kind of opening Pandora's box to a whole lot of other subjects on top of that. But I'm going to try to stick on topic as much as I can as far as that. Now, what this person was asking was, so the question was a chord like this, okay? I am barring here at the whatever fret, doesn't matter, I just happen to be at the 7th fret. My ring finger is on the D string at the 9th fret, and my pinky is on the G string at the 9th fret. And I'm barring it like that, okay? So I'm doing just a simple bar chord, basically. What they were asking was, if they laid their pinky down, if you can see that, is this cheating? Instead of fully fretting it, if you want to call it that. Now let me ask you, and guys, please leave a comment about this. I would really appreciate your input on this, not for my sake so much, but for other people, especially beginners that are watching this video. Is that cheating? If I'm fretting the same strings, just in a different way, if you want to call it that. Okay? Well, number one, my answer to that is, don't fret it like this. Not with your pinky, use your ring finger. Right? This way, your pinky is still free to fret other things. So why block off a finger when you don't need to? Now, okay, then the question is this cheating? Okay, I'm hitting the same exact strings by fully fretting it. Is that cheating? Okay, let me ask you this. Do you always fret an A like this, with your 3 fingers on the 2nd fret of the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd string? Or do you fret it like this, just barring it with your index finger? Is that cheating? Right? If this is how the chord is shown to you, which is how everybody is a beginner that's taking lessons or whatever, formal lessons, you'll be taught to fret an A chord, an open A chord like that. Is there something wrong with this, or is this cheating? I'd say the obvious answer is no, it's not cheating. So then we have to ask ourselves, is there such a thing as cheating at all? Now, there's a difference between somebody that's trying to learn how to play or somebody that is just, kind of up and coming versus somebody that is much more experienced. Right? And I've been around a long time. I've been playing this thing a long time. I've been in different bands and I practiced like you-know-what for years and years. I'm pretty proficient at the instrument. But what if you're not? And you try different things? Is it cheating? Or are you just discovering different things? That's the whole art part of playing an instrument, if you want to call it that. Do you consider playing an instrument an art form? Okay? If you do, then discovering different ways of doing different things is part of the art of it, meaning there are no rules. Do you tell a painter there is only one way to hold a paintbrush? Well, of course not. Everybody has their own style or way, so to speak. It's just the better you get, the more proficient you are, the more legitimate, if you want to call it that, is on how you do your style. Not just like somebody just picks up a brush and, hey, I'm an artist now, and I can paint behind my head and, whatever the thing might be. Okay, that's different than somebody that is proficient. Now again, all of this, guys, is strictly my opinion. And you know what opinions are like. Everybody has one. I won't go into the rest of it. But this is just strictly opinion about the music, about the art, about the ability to play, about the ability to play well, no matter how you play it. Now my opinion is, again, just opinion, you can play with your elbows, and I could not give a crap. Are you hitting the correct notes? Now there was a jazz pianist, his name was Thelonious Monk. He had the saying that goes, there are no such thing as wrong notes. It's just some are better than others. Okay? Okay, but he happens also to be a majorly proficient, outstanding King Wazoo piano player. So he has the right, if you want to call it that. And here we go. We're treading on weird ground, on shaky ground, on thin ice, whatever. But if anybody has the ability to play weird or strange or off key or off time or whatever it is, and if they happen to have a certain amount of expertise in their art, yeah, of course. There are some great notes and there's some that aren't so great, right? Just depends on how we put them together. Same thing as how we fret, okay? Now let me show you an example of what I mean. I'm gonna hit you here with a rock lick that you hear all the time. Constant lick, okay? I'm gonna black this out so you can't see what I'm doing, but I want you to listen to this, okay? Here we go. Okay, I did that one way, now I'm gonna do it another way. I know you can't see it, I'm gonna show you in a second. And the other way. Okay, now can you tell the difference? Do you hear any difference in that? Pretty much no, right? Now I'm going to show you what I was doing. Now this is what you would call the conventional or orthodox way to make that lick. Where I'm going to take the G string, and I'm going to stretch it up, and then I'm going to grab the B string 1 fret higher. Okay, now this is the way I taught myself to do it. There are more than one way to do things. And your way may not be my way. And my way may not be your way. Okay? But let me show you what I'm doing here. I am stretching both the G and B string. So I'm grabbing the G string, and I grab the B string on the way up, and I stretch it a half step. And I'm stretching the G string and the B string both. And this actually happens to be much simpler than that. It's much easier. And it also just puts me right into a double stop. Okay? So is that wrong? The question is that wrong? Is that cheating, so-called? The obvious answer, a thinking person's answer, is no, it's not cheating. I'm hitting the proper notes. I may be in the position that other people do it in, but that's their thing. Their thing may not necessarily be my thing, and vice versa. I'm not into this for my ego. That was, even in the 80s when I was a major player, if you want to call that, around town, it wasn't about my ego, it's about the music, and I worked so hard at it. And I mean, I worked hard at it. While everybody else was out partying and doing all the stuff, I'm in my bedroom practicing, right? Like, hey, where's Mo Beams? Where is he? I don't know. I'm in my bedroom practicing, working on my art. All right, guys, let me know what your thoughts are. Is there such a thing as cheating at guitar? Can you cheat? Can you cheat at art in general, per se? My answer is, as long as you have a relatively good idea of what you're doing and why, and it gives you some kind of style or whatever, and you're proficient at it, well, no, of course it's not cheating. I mean, look at Jeff Healey. He was a guy from the 80s. He was blind. He played his guitar like a lap steel. He had it like this, and he fretted it like this. Now, is that cheating or is that wrong? Of course not. Somebody else, there was this guy that used to play with Eric Clapton quite a bit. His dad was really famous. I can't remember his name. But he would play his guitar completely upside down, left-handed like this, but he left the strings just like they are. The low E string is down here, high E string is up here, and he played it like that. Now, is that cheating? Somebody please answer me. Is that cheating? The obvious answer is no. Is it wrong to play it that way? Who is to say what is right and what is wrong? Am I here to tell you what's right and what's wrong? Of course not. Are you going to tell me what's right and what's wrong? I don't think so. So, and neither should we tell anybody what's right or wrong. But if somebody's having difficulty with something, then we know it may be an easier way or a more conventional or orthodox way to do it, there's nothing wrong with learning that. I highly recommend learning it the orthodox or conventional way. But if everybody followed the orthodox or conventional way, there would have been no Jimi Hendrix. There would have been no Eddie Van Halen. All right, guys. Thanks so much for joining us. We really do appreciate it. Please leave a comment, and we'll see you next video.